The story of Delta Force Black Hawk Down began in 1991 as the government of Somalia collapsed under civil war. Agriculture and business came to a halt as a majority of the men took up arms in the fight. A widespread drought furthered the devastation of the civil war by causing starvation throughout the country. Private relief organizations rushed food and other supplies to the hungry Somali people. By this time, the country was under the control of rival clans led by warlords. These warlords demanded payments from the relief organizations and required that their clan distribute all food supplies. However, instead of distributing the food, the warlords kept it for themselves and used it to feed their supporters rather than the general population. In response to the lawlessness and suffering of the Somali people, the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 751 in April 1992, which established UNOSOM 1, the first United Nations operation in Somalia. The purpose of the mission was to end hostilities so that humanitarian aid could be provided to the population. When it became apparent that UNOSOM did not have the teeth to make a difference, the U.S. government began Operation Provide Relief. During the 6 months of this operation, 28,000 metric tons of supplies were airlifted into Somalia. In December 1992, U.S. President George Herbert Walker Bush ordered the U.S. military to join the UN in a joint operation known as Operation Restore Hope, with the primary mission of restoring order in Somalia. The country was racked by civil war and a severe famine as it was ruled by a number of faction leaders. Over the next several months, the situation deteriorated. On the 20th of January 1993, Bush's successor, Bill Clinton, took office. In May 1993, all the parties involved in the civil war agreed to a disarmament conference proposed by the leading Somali faction leader, Mohammed Farah Aidid. The Somali National Alliance had been formed in June 1992. This alliance consisted of faction leaders across the country, operating under Aidid's authority, Aidid having declared himself Somalia's president. A great number of Somali civilians also resented the international forces, leading many, including women and children, to take up arms and actively resist U.S. forces during fighting in Mogadishu. On the 5th of June 1993, one of the deadliest attacks on UN forces in Somalia occurred when 24 Pakistani soldiers were ambushed and killed in an Aidid-controlled area of Mogadishu. Any hope of a peaceful resolution of the conflict quickly vanished. The next day, the UN Security Council issued Resolution 837, calling for the arrest and trial of those that carried out the ambush. U.S. warplanes and UN troops began an attack on Aidid's stronghold. Aidid remained defiant, and the violence between Somalis and UN forces escalated. On the 8th of August 1993, Aidid's militia detonated a remote-controlled bomb against a U.S. Army vehicle, killing 4 military police soldiers. 2 weeks later, another bomb injured 7 more. In response, President Clinton approved the proposal to deploy a special task force composed of 400 U.S. Army Rangers and Delta Force operators. This unit, named Task Force Ranger, consisted of 160 elite U.S. troops. They flew to Mogadishu and began a manhunt for Aidid. On the 22nd of August, the force was deployed to Somalia under the command of Major General William F. Garrison, JSOC's commander at the time. Both the UN and United States focused on Aidid's clan as an example to all others. If they could be controlled, the rest would fall into line. During a 2-week period, the US and UN forces seized Aidid's radio station, as well as his headquarters compound and home. However, the manhunt for Aidid continued, and a $250,000 bounty was offered for his capture. Although the SNA backed off, it continued harassing the U.S. forces through mortar attacks against the Quick Reaction Force at Mogadishu Airport. To deal with the continued attacks by Aidid, the U.S. gave the green light to Task Force Ranger, TFR. This force comprised Squadron C, Delta Force, Bravo Company, 75th Ranger Regiment, and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, known as the Night Stalkers, which provided UH-60 Black Hawk and MH-6 Little Bird helicopters for the force. Although TFR made several raids and captured key members of the SNA, they could not find Aidid. In response, Aidid's militia attacked UN and US QRF forces. But what he really wanted was TFR. The US commander requested armor to support his troops, but this request was denied out of fear of escalating the situation. Delta Force Black Hawk Down is a first-person shooter game that takes place during the events of Operation Gothic Serpent in Somalia in 1993. The game is developed by Novalogic and was released in 2003. The game features both single-player and multiplayer modes. The single-player campaign follows the events of Operation Gothic Serpent, with players taking on the role of a member of the elite Delta Force team. The campaign consists of various missions, including raiding enemy compounds, rescuing hostages, and defending positions against enemy attacks. The game's graphics are impressive for its time, with detailed environments and realistic character models. One of the standout features of the game is its attention to realism. The weapons and equipment are based on real-life counterparts, and the game's sound design is excellent, with authentic sound effects that add to the immersion. The game also incorporates real-life tactics and strategies, such as squad-based tactics and the use of cover and concealment. On October 3, 1993, the U.S. troops launched a mission to capture two of Aidid's top lieutenants in a building in Mogadishu. The mission was supposed to take about an hour. However, things quickly went wrong. As the U.S. troops approached the building, they were met with heavy resistance from Aidid's militia fighters. Two Black Hawk helicopters were shot down by RPGs, and a third helicopter was damaged. The troops on the ground were suddenly cut off and trapped in the city, with no way to evacuate the wounded or bring in reinforcements. Somali militiamen poured into the area, and a street battle ensued. The U.S. troops fought for hours against overwhelming numbers, using small arms and grenades to hold off the attackers. However, as the hours passed, the situation grew worse. The U.S. troops were running low on ammunition and medical supplies, and the Somali fighters were continuing to pour in. A rescue convoy was sent to try to extract the troops, but it was also met with heavy resistance and had to turn back. As the sun began to set, it became clear that the U.S. troops would have to spend the night in Mogadishu. Overnight, the U.S. troops continued to fight off the Somali fighters, and they also tried to secure a perimeter around the crash sites of the Black Hawk helicopters. Eventually, reinforcements from other U.S. and UN units arrived, and they were able to extract the troops the next morning. However, the battle had been a disaster for the U.S. forces. 18 U.S. soldiers were killed, and 73 were wounded, and hundreds of Somali fighters and civilians were also killed or injured. As you take the role of Army Infantry, Ranger, or Delta Force operator, you have the ability to use a number of different weapons to help you accomplish your objectives. The different types of weapons and equipment you carry are divided into 4 main categories: primary weapons, secondary weapons, grenades, and accessories. In total, we have 11 primary weapons at our disposal and 3 secondary weapons. Next, we are going to see each of these primary weapons. First, we have the M16A2. The M16A2 is a selective-fire, gas-operated assault rifle that was developed by the United States military. The rifle features several upgrades and modifications that enhance its overall performance and reliability. The M16A2 has a distinctive appearance with its black synthetic stock and handguard. One of the key improvements of the M16A2 over its predecessor is the adoption of the burst fire mode in addition to the semi-automatic and fully automatic firing modes. It allows the shooter to fire a 3-round burst with each pull of the trigger, promoting better control and conserving ammunition. The M16A2 has a 30-round detachable box magazine and is known for its reliable feeding system. With its accuracy, durability, and versatility, the M16A2 has been a standard-issue rifle for U.S. troops in various conflicts. In second place, we have the CAR-15. The CAR-15, also known as the Colt Automatic Rifle 15, is a compact and lightweight assault rifle that was developed in the 1960s. It is essentially a shortened version of the M16 rifle and was primarily designed for use by special operations forces and vehicle crews who required a more compact weapon without sacrificing firepower. The CAR-15 retains many of the features and components of the M16, but with a shorter overall length. It typically has a barrel length of around 10 to 11.5 inches, 25 to 29 centimeters, significantly shorter than the 20-inch barrel of the standard M16. This reduced length makes the CAR-15 highly maneuverable in close quarters and well-suited for operations in confined spaces. In third place, we have the M203 grenade launcher. The M203 grenade launcher is a versatile weapon attachment that provides infantry units with an additional capability to engage targets at medium to long ranges with explosive projectiles. The M203 is a single-shot breech-loading weapon that can be easily attached to the underside of the rifle's barrel. It is typically used in conjunction with the M16 series of rifles, but has also been adapted for use with other firearms, such as the M4 carbine or CAR-15. The launcher is designed to fire 40 mm grenades. The M203 offers several advantages to infantry units. It significantly enhances their ability to engage fortified positions, bunkers, and targets behind cover that may be beyond the effective range of small arms. The explosive projectiles can produce a lethal blast radius, making it an effective tool against enemy personnel and light vehicles. The effective range of the M203 varies depending on the type of ammunition used. The high explosive rounds can engage targets at distances of up to 400 meters, while other specialized rounds have specific range limitations. Next, we have the MP5A3. The MP5A3 is a compact submachine gun that was developed by the German firearms manufacturer Heckler & Koch. The MP5A3, used by Delta Force, is fitted with a sound suppressor. The MP5 is the only silenced weapon in the arsenal. This allows it to be used during covert operations where your teams must avoid alerting others to their presence. Due to its outstanding performance and versatility, the MP5A3 has been widely adopted by military, law enforcement, and counter-terrorism units worldwide. It has seen action in numerous conflicts and operations, and is highly regarded for its compactness, accuracy, and overall effectiveness in various operational environments. The MP5A3 is chambered for the 9mm Parabellum cartridge, which is a widely available and commonly used handgun round. It operates using a roller-delayed blowback system, which provides excellent control and reduces recoil. The firearm has a cyclic rate of fire of approximately 800 rounds per minute, although it can be fired in semi-automatic and fully automatic modes. Our next weapon is the M21 rifle. The M21 sniper rifle is a semi-automatic magazine-fed rifle that was developed as an improved version of the M14 rifle for designated marksmen and snipers. The M21 features a detachable 20-round box magazine. The M21 sniper rifle has been used by the U.S. military in multiple conflicts and has proven to be a reliable and accurate platform. The semi-automatic fire allows for faster target acquisition and firing, but sacrifices the accuracy of a bolt-action rifle. This is a good choice for a sniper who will engage several targets in quick succession, or may be engaged in closer range combat than usual for a sniper. In sixth place, we have the M24 rifle. This bolt-action sniper weapon system has been a standard in the military since it was designed to replace the M21 by offering increased range and accuracy over its predecessors. For longer-range combat, the M24 is one of the best sniper rifles. It combines a large magazine and a good scope. However, because it is bolt-action, the sniper using it should refrain from close combat where a higher rate of fire is necessary. The M24 is based on the Remington 700 bolt-action rifle, which is known for its robustness and accuracy. The M24 delivers excellent stopping power and is capable of engaging targets at extended ranges. In seventh place, we have the MCRT 300 Tactical. This Macmillan bolt-action sniper weapon is chambered for the Winchester 300 Magnum round, giving it excellent accuracy and damage upon impact. The MCRT also boasts one of the best accuracy ratings for all the sniper rifles. With the best scope available in the game, you can zoom between 2x and 18x magnification. The only downside to this rifle is that the magazine holds only 4 rounds. In 8th place, we have the Barrett M82A1. The Barrett M82A1 is considered an anti-material weapon designed to stop armored personnel carriers and the like. Its 50 caliber bullet is effective against many light-skinned vehicles and structures. Its weight makes it extremely hard to deploy in traditional sniper missions, so it is not often used unless it will not have to be moved very much. This is one heavy rifle. Choose it only if you stay in one place. Its heavy caliber round makes it an excellent choice for using against technicals and other vehicles at extreme ranges. In ninth place, we have the M249 SAW. The M249 Squad automatic weapon is a light machine gun that was adopted by the United States military in the 1980s. It is designed to provide infantry squads with a high volume of fire and sustained suppressive capabilities. It operates in automatic and semi-automatic firing modes. The M249 has a cyclic rate of around 750 to 1,000 rounds per minute. The M249 features a shoulder stock and pistol grip, similar to the M16 rifle, providing familiarity and ease of use for soldiers already trained on the M16 platform. It also has an integrated carrying handle for transport and a folding carrying handle on the barrel for barrel changes. The SAW's high rate of fire can easily create a kill zone in any open area such as a courtyard or street. This weapon is best used from a prone position. In 10th place, we have the M60E3. The M60 gas-powered machine gun is a larger and more powerful weapon than the M249. It fires the 7.62 round for increased range and stopping power, but its heavier weight and ammunition make the M60 awkward to fire unless the bipod is used. The M60 also features a replaceable barrel to prevent overheating. The M60E3 has been utilized by the United States military and several other armed forces around the world. It has seen action in various conflicts and has been employed in different roles, including as a squad-level machine gun and as a vehicle-mounted weapon. While it has been largely replaced by more modern machine guns, the M60E3 remains an iconic and recognizable firearm in the history of medium machine guns. And last but not least, we have the M240. The M240 is a standard machine gun in many North Atlantic Treaty Organization countries, where it is called the FN Mag 58. The M240 is often vehicle-mounted with a twin-handle and thumb-actuated trigger. For handheld use, a rifle stock and standard trigger mechanism are used. There is no selective fire on the M240. It can be used only for fully automatic fire. The M240 is one of the most reliable machine guns in use today. As we can see, each weapon fulfills a specific role. Urban military warfare is a complex and challenging form of warfare that requires specialized tactics, training, and equipment. It is important to note that tactics may vary depending on the specific mission, terrain, and operational objectives. Effective urban warfare operations rely on situational awareness, coordination among forces, and the ability to adapt to the ever-changing nature of the urban battlefield. As we progress through the main campaign, in some sections we will take the role of gunners on top of an M1025, also known as a Humvee. These vehicles allow you to cover long distances with relative ease and protection. Our main weapon is an M2 Browning. The effective range of the M2 Browning is up to 2,000 meters, with a maximum range of approximately 7,400 meters. The M2 Browning is primarily used as a heavy machine gun for ground-based defensive and offensive operations. Black Hawk Down places us in an urban warfare scenario that presents unique challenges due to close quarters, restricted sight lines, and numerous hiding places that favor defenders. Streets, alleys, and vertical spaces create complex terrain, which makes movement and coordination more challenging. The game accurately portrays the urban warfare environment, presenting players with the challenges of navigating through narrow streets, dealing with civilians caught in the crossfire, and facing unexpected threats. It successfully captures the intensity and uncertainty of combat, keeping players engaged and on their toes. One of the standout aspects of Black Hawk Down is the emphasis on squad-based tactics. Players must work closely with their teammates, coordinating movements and providing cover fire to achieve mission objectives. This teamwork element adds depth and realism to the gameplay, reflecting the importance of cooperation in military operations. The gameplay itself is fast-paced and action-packed. Players engage in firefights, navigate through dangerous environments, and complete objectives while facing hostile Somali militias. The controls are intuitive, making it easy to handle the weapons and movement. However, Black Hawk Down does have some shortcomings. The AI of both enemy combatants and friendly soldiers can be inconsistent at times, with occasional glitches or unrealistic behaviors. The single-player campaign, although engaging, may feel relatively short, leaving players wanting more content. In conclusion, Black Hawk Down delivers an immersive and thrilling gaming experience, offering an authentic portrayal of the Battle of Mogadishu. Its intense combat scenarios, teamwork-oriented gameplay, and realistic atmosphere make it a worthwhile choice for fans of military shooters. While it may have some minor flaws, the overall package provides an enjoyable and memorable gaming experience. My final score for Black Hawk Down is 8 out of 10. The Black Hawk Down incident was a tragic and pivotal event in U.S. military history. It had a profound impact on American foreign policy, military strategies, and the understanding of urban warfare. While the incident brought about important lessons and changes, it also serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by soldiers in the line of duty and the complexities of engaging in foreign conflicts. The incident also underscored the need for clear objectives, realistic planning, and proper consideration of potential consequences before engaging in military interventions. The Battle of Mogadishu demonstrated the challenges of post-conflict stabilization and the importance of comprehensive planning for the transition from military operations to long-term stability. It highlighted the need for a multifaceted approach that combines security, governance, development, and humanitarian efforts to prevent the resurgence of instability. The lessons learned from the incident continue to shape military strategies and operations to ensure the safety and success of future missions. Thanks for watching, and if you like the content, give it a like, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel for new videos.